Another place I wanted to hit up and eating on site was Habit Burger. I've done all the other burger chains. Did Smash Burger, did Five Guys. We've done Shake Shack twice. Habit Burger actually has 2 new sauces on their ranch menu. They have an avocado ranch and a spicy ranch. So I said, you know what? Let me pull up here. We're in the outdoor seating in Teterboro, New Jersey at that location at Habit Burger. Let's go inside and see what this is hitting on. I keep saying go inside, but I'm eating outside. I'm literally gonna eat on the terrace that they have because it's like, you can see the chairs right here. Anyway. Let's see what it's hitting on. Just a couple things. We are at Teterboro where there's like an airport right across, so you might hear some overhead planes and stuff like that from time to time. Also, it is a gorgeous day outside, so there was no way I was gonna sit inside. And lastly, the shades are staying on because even though it is a gorgeous day, there's not a cloud in sight, which means that it is really bright outside. So anyway, let's wait for this food and see if it's any good. Got a couple things off the menu. Most of my favorites and then some new stuff I wanted to try, namely those ranches and a burger that I've never had before. So the wait time wasn't too bad. Overall, it took about 10 minutes and there's not like, it's not crazy packed, but there's a decent crowd in here. So that's always a good sign. I got 2 different burgers, some onion rings, and then the tempura green bean fries. And then of course I had to get a shake. Last time we got a strawberry shake yesterday, so I wanted to get one again. So this is their strawberry shake. Let's see what we got. It's weird. We went to Dave's Hot Chicken. I said it tasted like artificial strawberry. Then we went to Chick-fil-A. I said that tasted more like real strawberry. And this is right in the middle. If like strawberry, artificial, and real strawberries had a baby. This was like 4 and change, is decent size. And it's a very thick shake, so. New Jersey. That's a good shake. I'll give it an 8. I'm actually a fan of that one. But I'm gonna start with the new burger that I've never had before, which is their teriyaki char. Now this has a teriyaki sauce, grilled onions, pineapple, white American cheese. You can get it with bacon, but I didn't want to pay the extra $1. And some mayo. First time trying this one. When I used to grill in the summer all the time, I always used to grill pineapple and put it on my chicken sandwiches or burgers. So that's a taste that I'm really familiar with and I like it. The teriyaki adds a little bit of sweet and salty to it. And then those grilled onions. You can see this thing is dripping all over the place. That's teriyaki sauce, not the burger. The burger patty is probably the smallest thing on this thing, but it almost feels like everything else is hiding the burger patty. It does have a char grilled taste. I've always said Habit Burger to me tastes like a fancier Burger King. And I'm a huge fan of Whoppers, so I've always liked their burgers. This burger costs, I think, 8 and change. It's a pretty good burger, but to me, if you go to Habit Burger, there's only one burger that rules above them all, and that's this one. I like this, but I wouldn't get it again just because this exists still on the menu. Let's pivot back to their spicy ranch, which is new, and try that out in their onion rings. I might have to, just to get that in there, we go. This is good as hell. It's really good. Oh man. This is probably the spiciest spicy ranch I've ever had at a franchise. It almost has a Southwest type of flavor, but there's a big kick of what I think is like a jalapeno pepper or something similar to that. And then you get the ranch coming through at the end. You get a fry in here. There's avocado ranch too, which I really like at other places. I hope that one's good because this is excellent. Their onion rings and fries are pretty basic, but they do the job. They're like a vessel. I'm still an onion ring over fries person though. That's why I say this is like a fancier Burger King because they do good onion rings better than their fries, which is very similar. This is the avocado ranch. You can see the green hue on that. So I'm gonna go in probably with a green bean fry to start with. Tempura green bean fry, avocado ranch. Let me try onion ring real quick. I feel like the green bean is hard to taste if this is like whatever. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Habit Burger started out as a California brand, which is why you get things like Santa Barbara char. A lot of avocado stuff out there. Their avocado ranch is like, this is gonna be a crazy comparison, but compared to like a Chili's, is so much thicker and you can tell that there's like real avocado in here. This is almost like a mayonnaise, but it doesn't taste like mayo, but the consistency of it, which I love Chili's avocado ranch. This is way better. It's almost like they just took their regular house-made ranch, which is right here, took real avocados and used like an immersion blender. And out came this. This will go really nice on a burger, fries, or anything. These two new sauces, they hit. And they hit hard. I don't even know which one I like more. I think I'm still gonna go with the spicy ranch. But even though their fries don't really taste like anything to me, dipping in them sauces are a massive W. Also, when you get any of these, you have the choice of all of these three. They're classic, avocado, and spicy, and it doesn't charge extra for it. So if you just get a normal meal, you can do whatever you want with it. But this is why I'm really here, man. I don't even want to waste no more time. This is my favorite burger at Habit Burger, and one of my favorite burgers at any of these franchises. It's the Santa Barbara char. So normally this comes with lettuce, but I don't get it. But avocados, tomato, mayo, bacon, 2 patties, yellow American. Look, and you get a double patty on this thing too. And it comes on their grilled sourdough, which is like buttered. This is easily like their best burger. Diet Coke is just better. I like it every single time. I like Diet Pepsi, but Diet Coke just tastes better to me. Coke Zero tastes like Coca-Cola, whereas Diet Pepsi, or even their Pepsi Zero, doesn't taste like Pepsi. So when you have the diet versions, there's like a severe drop off on that. So let's just get right back to the damn burger. This thing goes crazy, man. There's also grilled onions on here as well. But the best part of it, the creamy avocado, because it's so buttery, and you get the bacon on here. Oh, man. This goes crazy. The other thing to me that is nuts, I know most people who review food or make food videos don't eat in a restaurant, and for good reason. So the happy medium for a lot of them is to eat it in their car because it's fresh, but you don't have to worry about taking it home when you're traveling. So it's the easiest thing to do. I've eaten this in the car, in the parking lot over there. I'm looking at it. I think 3 or 4 times. But when they don't wrap stuff up, even that little drive from here to the parking lot makes this sweat. And it's just 1,000 times better eating in the restaurant. Places like this, especially in nice weather, have an outdoor patio, so you don't have to worry about like the loud music and, you know, it's just really chill out here. Other than the airplanes that keep flying overhead. But this is easily the best one that they've done. When you add that spicy ranch to it, it just kicked it up. I even tried their regular house-made ranch, which you can see them making in the back. This is actually real house-made. Sometimes I feel like they just say that, but not in this case. This one burger is on par with like Shake Shack to me. Just the one burger. Shake Shack has better burgers overall for sure. But this one burger is really good, man. I still think Five Guys is the GOAT, but Habit Burger is another place that has grown on me exponentially. Especially now that we're in uncharted territory of eating inside. Or outside in this case. I think with this stuff, I think it just comes down to, yeah, putting it in containers just change it. Even with places that I think it's normal to take out like here, it really does change it. Even with fast food, it changes it. This burger, I give a 9.2 on a chain scale out of 10. It's one of my favorite burgers from any chain. And I've said that a bunch of times on here. And that only reinforced it. So, the 2 sauces, amazing. And the Habit Burger is not my favorite burger place, but I give credit where it's due. They do some stuff here that hits. been a while since we had a story time on here, but I do have one that I feel like was relatively significant. For people who live in New Jersey, you probably know what I'm going to be talking about, even though you're seeing this 2 days after it happened. 2 days ago, we had, from when you see this, yesterday for me, we had an earthquake last night. Now, we've had a couple, I think a couple of years ago, we had one that was like a tremor. Like you could really feel the tremor. And it was like 11 in the morning. I'm talking about the older one. And it was weird because the ground just started shaking. And it lasted for like a minute. It was like, what the hell? By the time you realized what was happening, it was over. And I was like, what the hell just happened? That was the first one. This was my second experience with like anything like an earthquake, because we don't get them all out here. But this time was crazier. So I'm gonna give you the whole story. We're gonna paint this thing Tarantino style. It was about 10, around 10, a little after 10 yesterday. And I'm in my office at home. I'm editing videos for all my channels. All of a sudden, you hear a rumble, like almost like when like a truck comes past you when you're driving. Like, you know that trucks are like, they're loud, they kind of shake you around a little bit, but most of the things you could just hear it. All of a sudden, it feels like an explosion. It was like a jolt. My whole house shook for like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but it was such a jarring shake. I have a mirror that's in my office that's like full length and it's on my wall, that the mirror fell off my wall. That's how much of a shake that it was. And my first instinct was like, did someone just like hit my house? That's what I thought happened. I thought a car ran into my house. So I go outside. All my neighbors are also standing outside and they're like, did you feel that? I'm like, yeah, what the hell was that? And they all one by one said the same exact thing. They're like, yeah, I thought there was like an accident. Something hit my house. Another one said they thought someone broke in their house. They was outside with, you know, and we were all just mad confused. So come to find out, it was an earthquake. It was a 3.0, which on the grand scale, the Richter scale, is not crazy, but you really felt that. I'm not very far from the epicenter of where it happened. I really felt that, bro. And that was like, the first one just felt like a slight rumble. This one was so jarring, so jolting. If you've ever been in like a car wreck, it was like that. It was like this like loud, instantaneous thing and it went away. As quick as it went, it was as quick as it was gone. Really strange, but that was my first, second earthquake. And I feel like everybody around here, because we're not used to them. I know people in California especially like, oh, we get those all the time. I understand that. Y'all don't get snow, so if y'all had a blizzard, I'll put it this way. There was a blizzard in Texas where they had like 3 inches of snow and it shut the whole state down for like 4 days. So anytime you have something that's out of your element, it's gonna be weird. You live in the South, you get a hurricane. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but a lot of the houses down there and the way it's built are built for hurricanes. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of, you have like a used to it thing. Some of y'all don't even like trip about that. We had 2 hurricanes here, and even though one of them was like really bad, our houses ain't built for that. So it was flooding everywhere. You get what I'm saying? So anytime you have something that's out of where you're from, you're always gonna be like that. So yeah, it was a 3.0, but even though it didn't have any structural damage from what I've even read or heard, like nothing really bad, it was really like a violent ass jolt. So I would never want to be in a real one. But if you don't know, there was like a tsunami thing, not thing, but there was a tsunami in Hawaii. A lot of times when you have those big events, you get aftershocks and all the plates. So it's a normal thing. It was just really startling to have that happen. But I wanted to talk about it because whenever there's something relevant to talk about, I'm just gonna talk about it. But anyway, Habit Burger, absolute heat. I really love the Santa Barbara char, and I love the spicy avocado, ranches. But it's Sunday for me. Nice chill day. I'm gonna go edit this video and go be with my dogs, man. You know? They need some attention. I've been moving around a lot. So I appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.